Aryama Sundaram, as a senior lawyer, what do you make of this? I mean, it's one thing to kind of keep this in the realm of rhetoric and you can have your Twitter wars and all that, but to go ahead and start registering FIRs?
You know, Srinivasan, this is really a very grey area, and I'll explain to you why. You'll be surprised if I'm saying this, but if you give me a moment, I'll explain to you why.
Sure.
The proof of the pudding is in the eating. To protest is democratic.
Right.
It's a foundation of democracy. To protest violently is an anathema to democracy.
Yes.
So let's understand those two. And as I said, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. On 26th February,
yes,
the protest was violent, and it is impossible to have been so organizedly violent because earlier it was repeatedly stated it will be a peaceful protest, it will be a peaceful protest.
Sure.
But obviously, there were movements afoot to make it a violent protest. Therefore, the investigation starts with who's behind this violence. Because that violence was abhorrent. I'm sure all of us who may support the farmers' movements, who may not support it, who may support protest,
but you need to
still
get to
feel
who's
that
behind
what happened that day was abhorrent. We need to get to who's behind it. The only way that can be done is through an investigation. Now, therefore, an investigation is necessary. Now, coming to these persons who are out of the country who have been tweeting,
yes,
I fully agree that it is over-publicizing what they're doing by filing this charge sheet, by filing and registering an FIR against them. I think in many ways it can be called an overreaction. But then I looked at why was it being done. You know, I just tried to analyze, saying, look, if you and I can feel it's an overreaction, after all these people are sitting abroad, how does this registering of the FIR affect them in any way? What is going to happen? Is it going to result, even if a charge sheet is filed, in getting them extradited to India? It's not going to happen. So I was also wondering why this was being done. The reason, according to me, is this, that an investigation is afoot as to a violent protest.
Right.
There is an investigation afoot that violence is being used as a means, and we're afraid that it is going to snowball into more violent acts. In which case, we are also afraid that there is funding from any organizations outside the country.
Right.
The reason I think this was done was to in a way, warn these people, other people, and saying, look, just because of your belief in protest and the farmers' cause, you may be, by sending tweets like this, fanning flames of people who want to bring in a violent movement into India. So in a way, by registering such an FIR, at least to stop them from repeating fanning such flames.
I see.
That seems
so this
to
is a
me
kind of
to be the
warning,
logic behind it.
A shot across the bow, you
I've
think?
been trying to analyze why it was done, and this seems to be, to me,
not that,
a reason why this is being done.
Mr. Sundaram, it's actually not that surprising. This is the government standard playbook for everything, no? Everything is a conspiracy, everything is an international conspiracy, everything has a foreign hand.
We have no doubt.
Everything has extreme elements.
Let me just answer you.
So I'm saying
yes,
in that
while
way...
saying that, let's understand one thing. That there was an extreme element at play on 26th Republic Day. You and I can't wish it away.
No, of course. And there is an ongoing investigation into it.
There was violence.
By the Delhi police, as there should be.
To say that it is just a governmental imagination that there's an extreme invasion into it is wrong. Because there was. And like I started, I will conclude by saying proof of the pudding is in the eating.